Hello everyone, Fancy Penguin TCG here, and I want to address POKENE's video about ripping ships and just kind of go through a couple of the points that he made during that video. The two main points he made were that ripping ships will go away. Like, this is kind of a fad, this is something that people will get tired of, and that it is not something that is going to be a long-term business that people can do. The second thing that he talked about is the fact that it is not sustainable from a business perspective in terms of growth and scalability and logistics. Now, I want to talk about the first one first because I think I understand where he's coming from, that this was originally not really a thing, especially for Pokemon cards. It became a thing. He was at the forefront. He saw it grow, and it's huge now. I mean, that's kind of what this channel is. It's a rip and ship slash... I don't even know what I'm doing yet. We're still figuring it out on that end, and you can watch my business videos where I kind of show you behind the scenes of my thought process and what's going on. But I want to address the fact that he's saying that rip and ships are a fad, that it's not really something that's going to be sticking around, and I don't think that's true. I think it is always entertaining for people to watch people open packs. However, I think as a business, it is going to evolve from its current state. I've seen other YouTube channels talk about starting their business, and they do a very different thing than I want to do, but kind of in the same vein, where they want it to be more of an entertaining game type thing, instead of just, let me listen to music and bust out packs and crack packs and sell a bunch of stuff to people online. Like, I don't want to do just that. I want to make it an experience. I want to make it fun. I want to make it a spectacle. And I think that's what we're going to see rip and ships turn into. Another channel I saw, and I don't know how this is legal, but they have people buy chances at the different prizes, and then you draw a card, and whatever it says is what you get. And sometimes you get like PSA 10 graded crazy thing, and then sometimes you get like just a booster pack of Scarlet and Violet, and that seems like just straight up gambling to me.
There are chance-based streams. This is probably what we're going to be doing mostly. You pay normally for an entry, which is called a dip or a spin if they have a wheel, and then you will be in with a shot of winning the top prize that they have. The cool thing with the chance-based streams is the kind of risk and reward factor. You could spend £10 on a dip, for example, and then win a vintage pack worth like £200.
I don't understand how that's legal. Maybe because they're in the UK, they have different gambling laws. I know here in the States you can't do like giveaways that are paid, but I guess it's not a giveaway because you're paying to spin a wheel, but a wheel of chance. I don't know. It seems very legally complicated. I won't be doing anything like that. The only thing I'll be doing is, again, this is all work in progress. I was thinking of, again, just making it like a game show and having like, you know, the top hit in the corner so people can see who had the top hit, what that card was, and what it's worth. And then people can try to knock that person off. And then maybe we have some sort of like saving percentage where if they don't get a hit at all, like not even an EX, depending on how many packs they get, there's like a higher percentage chance we spin some wheel and they might get an extra pack added to their order. So instead of gambling, it's more of, if something didn't go your way, here's another chance, and hopefully you'll get that pack or you'll get another hit or some bonus extra that I throw in the order. Because I don't want anyone to feel bad, you know? Like, the feel bads are real in rip and ships. I mean, I've seen lots of people buy tons of packs and get absolutely nothing. And I've seen lots of rip and shippers try to make up for that fact by throwing in like a couple EXs or pins or an extra pack, just as like, let's hope this one will help you along. And that's great. That is some way that you can continue to be entertaining and help customers actually have fun with their experience, and you kind of eliminate that feel bad situation. And I don't think that is going to go away. I think it's going to evolve from its current state of listening to music and ripping packs to more of what I'm talking about right here. Now, not many people are doing what I'm talking about right now, which is why I need to get my ass in gear and start making those kind of streams and content, just so I can get my brand out there, be first in the door with that kind of content where it's a higher quality rip and ship instead of, again, just listening to music and opening stuff, which is still entertaining for people because they're interacting with the audience. They're still talking. Some of them do. Some of them are interactive with the audience. Some people are just saying their whatever catchphrases, and they got the music saying, "Oh, I hope you win. Oh, I hope you win. Oh, I hope you win," but nothing really meaningful or entertaining. But they just have so many viewers at that point that doesn't matter. They already have their audience. They've got the momentum. They can just continue that forward. But I think as a business and as a style of business and streams, it will evolve over time. Just like YouTube has, where a lot of things have moved to higher quality. Like back in the day, this would have been shot on my phone. Now I have a DSLR camera and I have a nice microphone. All forms of content gradually evolve with time, and I think we're going to see the same thing with Rip and Chips. I don't think they're a fad. I understand where he's coming from because of the oversaturation of Rip and Chips right now, but I think a lot of people are going to quit once this bull market does, and those people that quit will make way for people like me that want to make it into something more than just opening packs on camera. They want to make it an experience. So there's that. Secondly, he says it's not sustainable, it's not scalable, and it's not something you want to do long term because it's going to burn you out, because you have to be on camera. You have to be there. You have to be present. You have to be hyped. You have to be awake. You have to be doing things. You have to be... Live streaming can take a lot out of you. I know a lot of people look at live streaming and go, "Oh, it's just live. It's just being on a camera and talking. Like, that's it. It's so easy." But to be energetic, to be interactive, to be constantly on, like just like keeping that audience going, even when it's a smaller audience, is very draining. And some rip and shippers are doing it for like 8+ hours a day, and then they got to ship things afterwards, which is another couple of hours, especially if you're like me and you don't have a thermal printer yet. So you have to like tape the label on there from the printer. And that's just, it's a mess. It took me a bit just for a couple packages that I got some orders. Thank you so much to my first customers. I appreciate you. It's definitely going to be a lot of work once I start having a higher volume of orders at fancypenguintcg.com. Once that happens, I 100% see where he's coming from, and I think that part makes sense, and I completely agree. I don't know that I'm always going to be able to be a rip and ship site. At some point, I might want to pivot towards just selling sealed, with rip and ships being kind of like a side thing that I do occasionally as kind of an event, especially since I want to make mine more of an entertainment spectacle than just ripping packs. And because I'm doing that, I'm going to take up even more time instead of just going through packs as quickly as I can, because that's what makes the most money, and that's what a lot of rip and shippers do, and that makes sense, and that's why they do it. But if I want to build up the spectacle and make that a form of content as well as a way of selling things, then that's going to take a lot of time. And I completely see how he's saying where it's going to burn the candle at both ends, especially since I still have a full-time job because I've made like 4 sales. So this is obviously not my job. The channel is not monetized yet, but I am working towards building this business, and I can 100% see how doing rip and ships like 3 or 4 times a week, 8 hours the entire time doing that would be incredibly draining. Even if I didn't have a full-time job, that would still be a lot. So I completely agree. Scaling it would be very difficult because, again, with just a website just existing online, you can just sell things and you just ship them on your own time. And he was talking about that, how if you have to live stream to sell things and then do all that stuff afterwards, your free time goes to nothing. And I completely agree. Even just doing a YouTube channel, this live streaming, and my full-time job, balancing everything is just this crazy juggling act of spinning plates, and eventually some of these spinning plates just fall. Like my main YouTube channel I've neglected for quite a while, and the momentum just into the ground. And I'm trying to bring that back, but I'm also trying to grow this, and I'm still trying to keep up my live streams a little bit. So it's this balancing act that is nearly impossible that I'm doing, and that's why Rip and Ships as a growth and logistics side and all that stuff is not sustainable. It's not something you can do all of the time, at least the way that a lot of these people are. If you do like a couple of days a week and you keep it to those days only, then I could see how you could keep doing it. But again, you can't grow it by doing that because you're limiting the amount of time you're doing it, which means you're limiting the amount of products you can open, which means you're limiting the number of customers and products you can sell. So I understand where he's coming from that perspective, and I completely agree that on that side of the spectrum, when it comes to growth, it's not something you can do. But as something that I'm going to be starting, that I'm going to be doing for a while, and then something that I'm going to pivot to be just a couple days, which I kind of already done just because of my schedule. I think it's something that I can do to help build my customer base and have people kind of get together and be a community and have fun with these, and then continue them going forward, but not really look at those as a source of growth, but look at that as a source of growth of my customer base for everything else I'm going to sell on the website. I'm going to start looking into Japanese products depending on what people think. I will float that idea in my business video, and you guys can let me know in the comments down below and here and there as well. And that video will be coming pretty soon as well, because a lot has happened between episode 0 and now, like a lot. So I look forward to that video. POKENE is a great channel as well. Big ups to him. He's part of the reason why I started this channel. And if you guys like this content, please like this video, subscribe for more content, lots more on the way. I'm going to keep this channel very active. And as always, have a fancy frickin' day. See you, everybody.